Hey yogis, hello. So I just completed my fourth Saturday, so I am now in my fourth weekend of 12 to complete my Hatha Yoga and Meditation teacher training at Green Tree, LA. And I will have to say that I think today was a tough one. Um, we're working our way up to being able to do 108 sun salutations, both A and B. So they're like different. They're like a little bit different in sequencing. Sun salutations B is a little bit, to me, it's more difficult. It adds in like the chair pose, and it adds like kicking up your legs and warriors, and it does make it a little bit more interesting, but it is definitely more difficult. And so, today I really, towards the end of doing I think we did 27 of these sequences to work our way up to doing 108. So we were, about a fourth of the way there, roughly. Forgive my math if it's imperfect, but it was very challenging, especially as the pace sped up on the sequences. And I'm still working to get my arms stronger. I thought my arms were strong because of having a son that I have to tote around who is heavier than normal. But no, I'm learning that I really need to strengthen my upper body, which I've kind of always known. It's not like doing push-ups were my favorite thing. And it's actually really interesting. I'm remarkably better on leg poses and standing poses, even some inversions. Anything, seated or requiring flexibility and stretch, I can usually get those poses. It's just the chaturanga when I'm coming down and then having to lift back up. That can be a strain, but I am using the modification by putting my knees down so that I can get the form correct, especially when I start getting tired. So that really kicked my butt today. And I had to really, to be honest, I had to really do a lot of positive self-talk with me, like to really, in my head, tell myself the things that I did right and how far that I've gone, because I wanted to do it right, and I didn't want to feel like I got my butt kicked. Even though I would say that all of us felt that way, it was just that I really want to get my flow from downward dog into cobra better, and it's coming. But yeah. So that was challenging. I really enjoyed the sharing of the Yoga Sutras in our lives and kind of the catching up, our circle talk. That's always amazing. I'm in a group again with these amazing women. We talked a lot about the art of being a teacher towards the end, which was really, really insightful and very good things to keep in mind as we transition at some point into teaching. And the last part of class was basically we had to practice teach in front of the class, and we had to draw a pose and essentially teach one student in front of the class. And I would say that that was not easy. I think because you are feeling the pressure of everyone watching you, you're somewhat timed, and we had to figure out a way to get into and out of the sequences. And so tonight I kind of got down on myself because I wanted it to be perfect. And even one of the older students, she was she was joining our group, but she had already graduated, and she was like, because I got quote unquote easier pose, it was like, oh, well, you're gonna do it perfectly, right? We want to see it perfect. And I kind of went up there, and that made me even more nervous about doing all of it. And I was also the third person to go, so no pressure. And yeah, I mean, I did okay. Um, but, you know, again, it was a little rough. It was just a little rough. You know, everyone is critiquing you and everyone is like looking for everything you did wrong, essentially. So I know that there's only room for me to grow, right? It's only room for me to grow. And I need to be gentler with myself and more compassionate to myself regarding it, because we're all growing and we're all learning, and we really don't know sequencing that well yet, and we're still trying to get into it and learning all the cues and the transitions. It's a process, and for me, I want my class to be very mindful and very like meditative and even spiritual as you bring your own spirituality to it. And so I try to incorporate that, and we'll see how that continues to go. But overall, it was a rough day. I feel like, wow, there's like so much I need to know, so much I need to review. I'm thinking about getting like, you know, I don't know all the poses yet by heart. I don't. And I definitely don't know the modifications for injuries and, you know, what not to do or what to take them out of. I mean, I'm still learning, and I wasn't, you know, you're talking to a lawyer and journalist here, like an artist and, you know, a lawyer. The body in terms of the anatomy is not my thing, so I'm learning it. And yeah, I'm trying to give myself space with it and to integrate all these concepts. So tomorrow, I can't remember what I have in store for tomorrow. Right now, I'm just completely wiped. I am very, very tired. It was a long, like, 8-hour day, 9 hours including travel, and we went over a little bit, and I didn't get to spend too much time with my son today. I spent some time with him this morning, but of course when I get back home after 9, he's in bed and he's asleep. So I'll spend a little time with him tomorrow before I have to go back. But yeah, that's it. I hope you're watching. I hope you're enjoying this, you know, one person's perspective of what it's like to go through teacher training. And again, if you have any comments, please drop them below. If you have any questions, please drop them below. I'd love to hear from you all. Thank you so much. Love and light.